When I was growing up, I was taught that sin was the great separator and that God, being holy and righteous, could not stand sin in his presence. And so when Adam and Eve sinned, humanity was cast from his presence. And there was a great divide, and there was this picture of a great chasm that the only thing that could fill was the cross. And it's true that the cross is the great connector, but I think the perspective is wrong. See, sin didn't separate us from God and that he kicked us out of his presence. That's not the picture that we see in Scripture. In fact, in the start of Job, you see Satan walk into heaven, and what we consider the most evil being out there all of a sudden shows up in heaven and is speaking directly to God. What's up with that? If God is holy and cannot abide by sin, why is Satan showing up in the courtroom? We also see Hosea was an Old Testament prophet whose entire picture was God chasing after a people that kept running away and kept doing their own thing and forgiving them over and over and paying for their sins and continually releasing and freeing a people that would get enslaved. And it's a beautiful imagery. But somehow in the interpretation, we've decided that God is a righteous, angry God who, the second we sin, can't stand us and kicks us out. Really, it's not God that's kicking us out. Our sin is driving us away. We've judged ourselves to be unworthy of God's presence, and so we hide from him, just like Adam and Eve did. They didn't wait for God to judge them. It says they ate from the tree, and immediately they started judging themselves, and they went and hid. God showed up just like he always did. He was ready to talk to them, but they weren't ready to talk to him. What changed? We started running away. And God's there saying, I'm running after you. It says, surely goodness and mercy will follow us. That follow is actually like hounds on a blood trail. It's going to chase after us. Goodness and mercy, that's what God has for us. That's what he's pursuing us with. And somehow we keep running away. I think it's time to fix it. Let's not think of God as some angry God who's separating and pushing us away and you can't come near because you're imperfect. He's a God that's running toward us. He's a God that wants us. Even in our imperfection, even in our inconsistencies and slights and sin, he loves us and he wants to be with us. And that's the God of the Bible. That's who we worship, not some angry God. A God who loves, and a God who chases after, and a God who wants to be with us.